Hello, everyone! Welcome to my little documentary about my time in Australia. So, we're calling it Julien Looks Down Under. I was there in October during their spring. My fall, it was very fun, especially because, well, there was a lot of new creatures. Some I knew a little bit, but mostly creatures I did not. It helped a little bit to already know creatures in Canada, but no, it was a lot. It was a lot of new things. Yeah, there was a lot of birds. I'm used to birds, but there was also reptiles. So not used to reptiles as much, even though I love reptiles, and especially insects. And spiders. Can't forget the spiders. So yeah, it's going to be a little overview of what I've seen, and you will get to learn, well, some new things about creatures, ecosystems, what makes Canada and Australia different. So join me on my little adventure recap. So the first thing I noticed in Australia is, of course, the birds. And the main thing you'll notice about those birds compared to back in Canada is the color and the sound. So Australian birds are loud. Very loud. Especially the cockatoos. They sound like little demons. But they're also very colorful. So we got the lorikeet, who are, well, literally, the rainbow lorikeets, literally a rainbow in color, compared to birds in Canada, who are mostly more, they have more muted colors, and they'll have very complicated music. There's, of course, exceptions. There's exceptions everywhere. We'll take a look at the exceptions. So why are Australian birds so loud and colorful? The reason why is because Australia is in a tropical country, or more, well, yeah, it's a tropical environment. And in the tropics, the air is warm and humid. So that means that sound does not travel as well. In Canada, because the air is mostly crisp, very cold, very, how should I say? Yeah, the air is cold and usually drier, meaning it's very easy for sounds to go across. So our birds will have, very intricate musics. The males will do that because the females can easily hear it from afar. So you will have like the red-winged blackbirds who will go or we have literally the song sparrow who goes dee 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 dee. Oh wait, no, that was the meadowlark. My bad, everyone. So in Australia, however, the air is warm and humid, so birds, they just want to be heard. They just need to make sure that their sound travels through the air, so they don't care about subtlety and everything. It's just going to be loud. Like, we have the kookaburra who do the On the other hand, they will make up for that with very bright colors. There's a lot of food for the birds to eat. Birds get their colors from pigments found in foods. So in the tropics, there is a lot of foods. Birds can get a lot of that. They can develop very bright colors. In North America, it's a little harder to do. We still have a very colorful bird. There's the yellow-headed blackbird that does look tropical. And they have a very, well, loud noise. They just go, ah! So yeah, little exceptions everywhere. In Australia as well, the ravens are not as loud as here. Over here, they have their very big caw, caw. Well, in Australia, it's a little bit more like eh, eh. Speaking of big amounts of food, this will have another consequence, and that consequence will be birds that are aggressive. Yeah. So in Canada, I am used to Canada geese. Canada geese can be aggressive, especially during nesting season. But frankly, like with geese, all you need to do is give them a little bit of space, appear big. They won't do much to you. But the birds, the birds in Australia, they don't mess around. So everyone knows about the magpies. I didn't really get good videos of magpies for very good reason. I was in Australia during nesting season, so I made good care to avoid them. However, I still got attacked by birds. I got attacked by the noisy miner a bunch of times, and that bird drinks nectar. There is a lot of flowers in Australia, lots of nectar, so there's a lot of birds that eat nectar. However, yeah, because there's so many different birds that eat nectar, there's more competition. In North America, all we have that eats nectar is, well, there's the orioles. Not a lot of orioles. Well, you won't see orioles that often. But the main nectar feeders are the hummingbirds. And apparently hummingbirds are quite aggressive against each other. But especially where I live in Manitoba, we have only one species of hummingbirds. While in Australia, you have the noisy miner, you have the lorikeets, you have the friarbirds who look a little bit like vultures, lots of things. And yeah, they don't mess around. There's the peewee as well. So the peewee is related to the magpie, and yeah, they will basically attack anything that go there. But also like more food, there's more predators. So here, there's quite a few predators in North America, but not a lot of like predators that are very specialized in getting bird nests. So in Australia, there's snakes, there's lizards, and everything like that. Snakes especially are snakes are adapted to get into mammal and bird nests and burrows. So yeah, the birds here, oh boy. Yeah, they don't mess around. So yeah, speaking of reptiles, reptiles are my favorite group of animals, but I don't get to talk a lot about them because in Manitoba we don't have a lot. We have one lizard and 2 turtles and 5 species of snakes. Of course, reptiles are cold-blooded. They require a lot of heat, and it's hard for them to live here. But Australia has a good amount of them, which I love. Gotta watch out there. I did go a little too close to a snake. I only pulled back because my friend reminded me. But you gotta know that I grew up with Canadian snakes, Manitoban snakes. Manitoba has especially the red-sided garter snake. We have huge gatherings of garter snakes in Narcissus. Haven't been able to go to Narcissus because of COVID. But garter snakes are adorable. They're like little puppy dogs or like little kitties. They're harmless. They're super nice. They have a little bit of venom, but it doesn't do anything to humans. All they'll do is like they'll release pheromones and everything like that to defend themselves. So yeah, when you go to Australia, bring a friend that's from there so that you don't die. Now, there's snakes. There's also lizards. A nice amount of lizards. The lizards I saw when I went out walking, there was the water dragon. So the water dragons are pretty much everywhere, like in the cities and everything. They're very beautiful. They're very chill, very nice. They'll jump in the water, or they'll just kind of stay there. Sometimes the most they'll do is just bob their head at you. But water dragons are very fascinating animals. There's the skinks, the blue-tongued skinks. The skinks are very skittish. The biggest lizards we'll see are the monitor lizards. So monitor lizards that I know quite a bit about. It's the family that the Komodo dragon belongs to. So you'll see monitor lizards in Australia and India, the Pacific, and those places like that. And they're big lizards. They can swim and do a bunch of stuff, and they're very pretty. Evolutionary wise, they are related to the mosasaur. Yeah, the mosasaur is related to them. So just a fun little tidbit to see. Another reptile we see in Australia is, of course, the saltwater crocodile. What Australia is mostly known for. I saw them when I was in Cairns. So crocodiles, they were basically my favorite animal as a kid. I still love crocodiles. The only thing that has changed, it's not that I love them less. I still love crocodiles the same as I did as a kid. It's just that now I know about way more species of animals, like the mantis shrimp, which I don't have a video of. So crocodiles have been on Earth for, an enormous amount of time. There's been multiple species of crocodiles, each with like their own ways of living, but the one that has persisted for so long are the crocodiles that are ambush predators in the water. Very good strategy for them because they are cold-blooded, so they are able to sit still or stand still for a long time until they get a prey, and they are capable of quick movement. Yeah, quick movement in burst. So lizards, reptiles, they're very good at that. It has to do with their metabolism and everything. Um, so anaerobic metabolism. So we have that too, but as mammals, we're much better at aerobic exercise. We have a better um, we have better endurance. But crocodiles, they're going to be very quick. So once you get away from a crocodile, it's not going to really run at you, except for like the Cuban crocodile that are able to run. And crocodiles are closely related to dinosaurs. They are in the group called the archosaurs. So archosaurs contains Triassic creatures, as well as, well, the dinosaurs and the pterosaurs. It was really fun to see a crocodile because they're very much apex predators. They swim in the water, and it's like, like they don't care about anything. Like they just do their thing. And so they do appear scary, but frankly, I don't really find them that scary. For me, it's more they are creatures that require you to respect them because their rules are very clear. They are in the water. So when there's an area with crocodiles, just don't go in the water. And there we go. That's it. I'm frankly probably a bit more scared of bears than of crocodiles because bears, they are very intelligent. Crocodiles are also quite intelligent too. But a bear is not going to stay in water. They can be basically anywhere. But bears also have their rules and stuff about being bear smart. I'll probably talk more about being bear smart into a different video if I end up filming a bear, which I hope I don't. Yep, I would love to. No, I don't want to find bears. No, I'm good. I am good. All right, so now for the bugs. There was, oh boy, there was a lot of bugs here. That was amazing. Like every day, probably every day, yeah, I saw a different bug. One of my favorite bugs that I've seen was the silver blue lady beetle. I didn't know what it was when I first saw it. But yeah, it was a little ladybug. There's around 6,000 species of ladybugs worldwide. And the silver blue is, well, like its name says, they are silver blue. You can tell the males and females apart. The males, they have little little orange spots on their shoulders, and they're very small and cute. And as ladybugs, most ladybugs, they are predators to aphids and other things that drink the sap of plants in Australia, which there is a lot because there is a lot of bugs. And they are very cute. Another ladybug I saw was the Hatta beetle. Apparently the Hatta beetle is not from Australia. It is a non-native species, possibly invasive, if I'm correct. Those ones are herbivores. But yeah, there is a lot of invasive species in Australia. Well, in Canada as well. It is a big problem worldwide. The only thing with Australia is that their ecosystems are much more fragile to that, being tropical and everything. Another one I saw was the Parthenium beetle, which is native to Mexico. So apparently that one was brought over to India to eat invasive partheniums. So which is a type of plant, but this is a strategy that's kind of used in Canada as well against the purple loosestrife. Well, yeah, lots of fun beetles. They're pretty cool. I saw a few leaf beetles who were very colorful. That was really cool. Like there was the iridescent cylinder leaf beetle, which I was not able to find a lot of information about. It's just quite interesting how their elytras and wings are. They don't cover the entire abdomen. So quite an interesting beetle. And there was also the white acacia leaf beetle, who was just really cute. It's all white and everything. Their elytras are like a little bit translucent, which is really cool. Like the one I saw just had its really nice antennas as well. So yeah, they eat the leaves of acacia bushes or trees. And there was also the Pittosporum beetle, which is another leaf beetle. Very pretty. This one I saw in Cairns during a night hike. And they're really funny because their antennas just wiggle. Now for the other bugs, we also had the stick bugs. So you can tell what a stick bug is for the way it is. There's a lot of different species of stick bugs. I know about the Titan stick bug because I saw that one in the museum. And I also learned that as a way to limit competition between kids and adults, kids will be diurnal and adults are nocturnal. So they both kind of eat stuff at different times of the day. They're herbivores. Yeah. So the reason why kids are diurnal is because their vision is not very good, so they need a lot of light. But as they mature, their vision becomes better and better. So they'll be like, "Ah, son, we don't like it. We like the dark." Oh man, they're fun. I also saw bees. So Australia has a lot of flowers. I was there in the springtime, so I saw a lot of pollinators. So Australia, like Canada, does have a little bit of a problem with, again, invasive species, and honeybees are an invasive species from Europe. The native bees of Australia are the sugarbag bees. They are stingless bees, and they do live in colonies. They make honey and everything. And I saw them when they were harvesting sap from the gum trees. Apparently, they use sap to make their hives or stuff like that. I don't know what the honeybees use. Going back to the honeybees, sugarbag bees are apparently able to defend themselves from them. Back in Canada, native bees do have quite a bit of a problem against honeybees because they are solitary bees. They are quite small and they don't have the numbers compared to honeybees who do also take over pollination areas. Sugarbag bees, they, even though they don't have a stinger, are very good at defending themselves from predators and invaders because what they do is that they basically just, well, kind of like the bees in Japan against the Asian hornet, they will rush the intruder and basically, well, not really cook it to death, but cause it to dry out or suffocate. So it's quite fun little animals. And speaking of other pollinators, there was also the moths and the butterflies. I wasn't really able to identify the butterflies in Australia because I still have a hard time identifying the ones in Canada. And also, they were fast. They were very fast in Australia. Butterflies are shy. I saw some very weirdly shaped moths. That was especially when I was in the hostel in Cairns. There was like that one moth. You can see that. There's a meme I found with moths where it's like it shows the different types of moth, and there was like the WTF moth, and that was one of them. And what else was there? Lots of caterpillars, because again, it was the springtime, and lots of fuzzy caterpillars. Now in Canada, I'm all good to touch the fuzzy caterpillars. Well, not all of them, but like when I see a woolly bear caterpillar, I want to touch it. It's super cute, super soft. But here in Australia, I know don't touch, do not touch the things. Yeah, they're the most painful ones. So I did not touch the caterpillars. I went quite close to the caterpillars, but I did not touch them. Now let's go with the true bugs. So the bugs with a proboscis and a nymph larval stage, as well as wings that are crisscrossed. The ones I saw the most, especially where I was in Queensland, Brisbane, was the gumtree shield bug. So as its name says, they live mostly on gum trees, so eucalyptus trees. Yeah, lots of animals depend on the eucalyptus tree. It's so fascinating. I'll probably try to find out more about those trees because they're just beautiful and so cool. Like again, like it's so cool how their sap is like flesh colored a little bit. So yeah, the gumtree shield bug, they are a shield bug, also known as a stink bug. Like I was told, don't touch those guys because they spray you and it is very not fun. They are, yeah, shield bugs. What they do is that they drink tree sap or plant sap. True bugs use their proboscis to basically pierce what they're eating and then they suck it out. So they'll either be herbivores, so they drink plant sap, or they can be carnivores, like the assassin and the ambush bug, which I haven't seen in Australia. But I've seen the shield bug getting eaten by ants. And yeah, let's talk about the ants. There was a lot of ants in Australia. Makes sense because ants, well, there's a lot of ants all across the world. I am not very well versed again in the species of ants. I know a few ants here in Manitoba, so I know of the Formica genus ants, which are the wood ants, And I know about the pavement ants, which are the tiny brown ones, and then we got the black ants and the other ones. But so in Australia, I saw a lot of ants of like very different, like striking colors, like purple, green. I saw some kind of big ants. I saw some very small ants. I saw a lot of ant interactions and everything. I even saw some ants that were flavored. Yeah, so I think the green ants or the lime green ants, I found them in cairns. So I saw them in the Daintree rainforest as well as the hostel I stayed at. So fun story with that. Yeah, they taste like lime. You can eat them. One ant I managed to identify was the trapjaw ant. So those ones are cool. They have like their jaws are locked at 180 degrees and they like close extremely fast. Don't know how fast, but fast enough that the ants sometimes they even use that to like launch themselves in the air. So I saw that also in Cairns during a night hike. Ants, they're fun. And now I'm pretty sure, well, you want me to talk about that or not. Well, I will anyways. And that will be the spiders. So Australia is well known for its spiders, and I've seen a lot of spiders. So let's see the list of the spiders I've seen. I've seen the golden orb weaver. So they're just in town. They're everywhere, and they get big. They're very pretty, very striking colors. And I saw also the huntsman spider. So that one really took me by surprise. That was like, I just go into the bathroom and then boom, there it is. But apparently they're not really dangerous. They're not aggressive. They only cause problems because people panic and like try to pick them up and like or get rid of them. I also saw there's a lot of species of huntsman spider. I also saw the lichen huntsman spider. Also, named because of the way it is. It is camouflaged to look like lichen. And yeah, I just caught a little something right when I was filming it. And I wanted to film more, but I saw a pseudo-scorpion, and I wanted to get that one on film, but I couldn't find it because it hid. Well, that's fine. But one I could identify well was the net-casting spider that I also found at night. So if you remember the Magic School Bus, that's the one that catches Miss Frizzle. Because yeah, the net casting spiders, they make a little net with their web, and they just kind of wait. It's so cool. It looks really pretty. It's so cool. Such an interesting body. And of course, we got the jumping spiders. I saw a good amount of jumping spiders. Jumping spiders are some of my favorite animals. I love that. They're like little kitty cats in spider form. They have very good eyesight, very good intelligence. They're able to, when they see us, they know that we are an animal. So they can tell the difference between animate and inanimate and living objects. They can apparently recognize themselves on TVs and everything. So very, very smart and perceptive spiders. Apparently their vision is very similar to ours. I wanted to see the peacock jumping spider, but I was in the wrong section of Australia. It happens. That's fine. So yeah. Oh, and I also saw the Andrew's Cross spider, who does the Andrew's Cross symbol on her, which is, I think it's the Scottish flag. Yeah, the Scottish flag on her web. I don't know why. I don't think anyone really knows why. Yeah, I'll check it. If you know why, just tell me in the comments. But very pretty spider. Yeah. Oh yeah, another spider I saw was the redback spider. I really wanted to see that one. Apparently, well, yeah, quite venomous. I found it while I was learning how to play the didgeridoo. It was in the didgeridoo. So, yeah, you can identify it by its red back. Quite striking. But yeah, I'm very happy that I learned how to play the didgeridoo. I'm not quite good, but I at least know now how people do the circular breathing. Yeah, I really hope to go back to Australia. It was a very beautiful place. Only things that, like, again, made me a little bit sad with Australia is that I could see the same environmental impacts that we saw in Canada. A lot of problems with the mining industry, climate change, and everything. So it's very important to learn more about that. So the main things to do to be able to help our environment is, well, first to get educated about it, know what happens. Just understanding that, like, again, being worlds apart, Australia and Canada, we can both do kind of like a bit the same things. We have issues that are a little bit different, but still the same. invasive species, climate change, mining industry, human development, and all that. And well, the second thing to do is to get involved in lobbying and voting and everything like that. And there's always a few things we can do in our day-to-day life. But yeah, it's good that we're all working together. I'm glad that I went there. I do want to come back, and I hope to learn more about the creatures of other countries and even the creatures that I have more at home. So I hope that you enjoyed my little, well, documentary about Australia and comparing it to Canada. So yeah, I hope you have a good day, everyone. Have a good day. Bye.